1. Bill fights Shauna's claim, Flo not his child, DNA test provides proof. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers bother that Shauna's, Denise Richards, memories may, or may not be confused. In either case, Bill, Don Diamont, will battle any apparent squeezement with respect to his alleged little girl. Flo, Katrina Bowden, touched base in Los Angeles as Reese's, Wayne Brady, close companion. She was uncovered to have met him in Las Vegas, Nevada, which built up Drive. Buckingham's bedding fixation backstory as a lead into the as yet developing Beth is Phoebe child story. B&B fans didn't realize that Reese was really a character vehicle that was being utilized to present Flo. Bowden has turned into a normal cast part, though Brady is repeating. It wound up obvious that greater plans were ahead for Bowden's modified sense of self when Flo and Wyatt, Darren Brooks, perceived one another. Flo as of late advised to her previous secondary school sweetheart that she never realized who her dad was, which pursued Wyatt's tale about Bill being his father. Notice of her mom's protection from the paternity data added to the interest. In this way, Shauna's connect to Quinn, Rena Sofer, was presented. Perusers of this complete cleanser site weren't shocked to find out about the Shauna Quinn association, as they found out about Richards' cast incorporation as of late. Miss Fulton was completely tossed when Quinn referenced who Wyatt's dad was. Shauna evidently trusts that she and Bill were as one, once, years back, and that Flo was his tyke. Bill's pleasant side has been completely confirmed lately. A genuine, profound, and important acknowledgement of everything he'd fouled up happened momentarily after the Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, fixation disappeared. Bill's point of view was invited by all, including Quinn, who as of late referenced that an intermittent look at a person can now and again be seen inside the Spencer Publications head. Regardless of whether Shauna's memory is basically off, she's looking for cash, as Bill suspects, or whatever. B&B can't in any way, shape or form have Flo and Wyatt be connected. So this piece of Flo's paternity seek is presumably one part in the general creating storyline. Be that as it may, this is cleanser musical drama land. In this way, daytime fans could fence their wagers. Truly, that was an intentional Vegas reference, however not proposed as a swipe at Reese, who's attempting to carry on with a superior life someplace in England. The main way B&B could refute Bill would be if Shauna is correct, yet Wyatt is additionally retroactively uncovered as some other man's child. That would be epic and convey considerably more than at first appeared to be planned. Just a DNA test will give the required verification, and that is on tap during the current week's new B&B scenes, April 8th to 12th. Bold and the Beautiful characters who aren't bringing the heat. The Bold and the Beautiful fans are not familiar with exhausting characters, yet we really want to feel that some are transforming into simply that. Here is a half-hour demonstrate that has such huge numbers of individuals having such a large number of storylines to pack in at one time, and they are nearly to the point that they here and there have such a great amount of going on that we can't deal with it, and different occasions they don't have enough going on. Something isn't directly around here nowadays, and it's just as simple as that. Notwithstanding, a portion of our most loved characters have fancied making things somewhat extraordinary, and here and there various is somewhat exhausting. We think we, and the performing artists, merit more. Brooke. Does she cherish Ridge or Bill for sure? Does she need to be hitched to her better half, or does she need to invest all her energy sneaking around despite his good faith and after that giving him so much inconvenience when he truly does precisely the same thing despite her good faith and she's done to him? Aside from at any rate he is doing it with the lady with whom he shares youngsters. She is carrying on with a similar life again and again, and it's getting a bit of exhausting. She's carrying on with a real existence where she's hitched to Ridge and sneaking around with Bill while revealing to her significant other he's suspicious for reasons unknown, or she's intruding in her girl's life and after that getting distraught at her better half for doing likewise to his own little girl. Brooke, as we would like to think, needs something energizing in her life. A pastime or vocation or something that makes her more than everybody's concern. It's getting old. Expectation. She lost her infant, with the exception of she didn't, and this is another storyline that is taking too long to even consider finding any kind of bliss at last. This one ought to have finished weeks prior, and we aren't sure why it's being delayed this long and this much. We don't get that, and we don't value that. Be that as it may, at the time, we are simply pondering what else can turn out badly for her. She's back, and she's been a similar exhausting young lady she was before she left. We do like her a great deal, however she does carry on with an interminable existence of poor me as far as how every other person treats her and how every other person sees her. She's particularly similar to her mom in that she is dependably a casualty of every other person, and she's continually endeavoring to be the saint by acting like she forfeits every last bit of her own joy for more noteworthy's benefit. It's getting somewhat drained and dull, and we'd like to see her assume some responsibility for her life and desert Liam and every one of that hauls her down without attempting to drive him back to Steffi. We'd like to see her accept a similar line as Steffi and assume responsibility for her very own life. That is the thing that we need. Kitty. She's dependably somewhat exhausting, and she merits more than that. She's dependably been very nearly a bit of hindsight in all that she does, and we are worn out on observing her like that. She just drifts through her existence without a lot to offer the world aside from her very own sentiments of misery and now and then satisfaction. She never wins anything, and it nearly torments us to watch her attempt and make things work with her ex again. She should simply release it, proceed onward, and center around herself. She's solitary, going to lose him to her sister once more, and her sister will disclose to her that it's her own blame and that she didn't have anything to do with the way that Bill needs her more than Katie, and she will some way or another end up with him, and Katie will, indeed, be left to her very own gadgets with no genuine partner. That is the means by which it works with her and with Bill and with her sister, and she realizes that. It has dependably been that way, it will dependably be that way, and nobody will ever change this. Is her fate, future, and her life in any way. She's experiencing somebody's fantasy, however it's not hers. 3. Bold and the beautiful actors fans love the most. The Bold and the Beautiful is an infant contrasted with different cleansers on TV. This is a demonstrate that has been around for quite a while, yet not even close as long as different shows on TV. While you have different cleansers praising over 50 years reporting in real time, this one just has 30. On the off chance that you consider the math is correct, this show could be the infant that different shows got together and had when they were in their ahead of schedule to mid-20s. Furthermore, that is point of view, is it not? We adore it, yet it's not the most established, and hence, it isn't the demonstrate that has the longest rundown of most well-known and most astounding character. In any case, we have our top choices. What's more, we adore them. Here are the best Bold and the Beautiful performing artists regarding their prominence. Where Diamond. Dollar Bill. Do you cherish him? Do you loathe him? Do you want to detest him? It doesn't make a difference what you think, how it works, or what is happening, truly, on the grounds that he is a man who carries out the responsibility, and he does it well. He might not have been around since the very beginning, however he is a man who has been around sufficiently long to catch hearts and satisfy them. He is dependably himself, and he's not conciliatory for anything he does. That makes him past lovable and astonishing, and it's everything except unthinkable for us to see any other person in this job, ever. He is a noteworthy fan topic, and we get that with Relinquish. Scott Clifton. He's young, yet he is mainstream. Fans love to adore him, and we get it. He may play a man who can't decide or get a genuine masculine circumstance in his psyche, However, he is additionally a man who has a great deal to offer. He is a man who likes to kick back and handle things as they see fit, regardless of whether that implies returning and forward over every one of the things whenever he has a choice to make. He's not so much good at making sense of what he needs and how he needs it, yet he's great at being somebody we as a whole worship to see on the screen. He can't resist the opportunity to be somebody we like despite the fact that his character is a furious torment. Furthermore, that implies he's great. Darren Brooks. Wyatt hasn't been around that long. He's not somebody who gets so much screen time as others. He doesn't include himself in all the dramatization as such a significant number of others like to do. He isn't a man who messes with a great deal of stuff from multiple points of view, yet he is a man who particularly prefers to invest his energy concentrated on things that fulfill us. We do love him, and we welcome him, and we get him. He is a fan most loved for some valid justifications, and we cherish him interminably. John McCook. How could you surmise that he is a noteworthy fan top choice? What gave it away? Is it safe to say that it was the way that he has been around for such a significant number of years and for such a long time? We realize he is somebody we as a whole love and acknowledge, and we cherish that he is that individual. He is somebody who makes it his main purpose for existing to get things leveled out, and he is somebody who is bombing hopelessly to make us despise him. He's an extraordinary man, and we get that dependent on the way that he has been here since the very first moment. He is the longest running male performer in the show, and this is on the grounds that individuals adore him. Ron Moss. He is one of the men who individuals love more than others. He was the first Ridge, and he was a man who caught hearts and made things work to support him. He isn't there any longer, yet fans will dependably recollect him with the sort of adoration and warmth that you provide for somebody who has been around this long. He's a tycoon, and he is a man who breathed life into this character. Also, that implies fans will always remember him regardless of whether New Ridge has developed on us much throughout the years.